Tired of dropping your phone or struggling to prop it up? Meet the Pop Sockets phone grip with expanding kickstand in black, your new must-have accessory. Don't miss out. Grab yours today. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Donald Trump's NATO shakeup gives UK chance to ensure Nelson doesn't spin in his grave. Opinion. As politicians, former admirals, generals and commanders debate the future funding of the UK's armed forces, one thing is abundantly clear. We must ensure our Royal Navy is once again made great. Our country is the world's greatest ever seagoing nation. It is the least we deserve. Great Britain gave the world Admiral Viscount Horatio Nelson, not only one of the greatest ever Englishmen, but an inspiring leader, naval strategist, and exemplary seaman who is still hugely admired centuries after his death. And it is only right and proper that we do right by our Royal Navy. This is by no means an attack on the ratings and ranks within the forces. These are brave and committed personnel who are often at sea and away from their families for months at a time to keep our country secure. They deserve all our gratitude. Don't miss, James Bond is Britain. Amazon should keep this in mind after 7 takeover latest. And it is worth remembering that much of their work goes unreported, especially those who are patrolling the waters in our submarine fleet. We must also acknowledge the commitment and graft of the Royal Fleet Auxiliary, which provides tremendous operational and logistical support to the Royal Navy and Royal Marines. However, successive governments of the last 30 years have salami-sliced defense spending, leaving the Royal Navy in a now perilous state. President Trump's recent treatment of Ukraine has done one good thing. It has focused and sharpened minds across Europe on the issue of defense spending. This may well have been part of his strategy, as some political insiders believe. It is also fair to say that many of our European neighbors have not been paying their fair share into the NATO pot. We use your sign-up to provide content in ways you've consented to and to improve our understanding of you. This may include adverts from us and third parties based on our understanding. You can unsubscribe at any time. Read our privacy policy. Any UK-US special relationship is now under new management, and we cannot expect guaranteed support from the USA in this current geopolitical climate. The situation is clear. We must rearm at pace. And future increases in UK defense spending must aim to revitalize our Royal Navy as a priority. We are, after all, an island nation. Last November, Defense Secretary John Healey told the House of Commons that 5 Royal Navy ships will be scrapped ahead of schedule to help save $500 million. These are the Type 23 frigate HMS Northumberland, amphibious assault ships HMS Albion and HMS Bulwark, and 2 tankers, RFA Wave Knight and RFA Wave Ruler. These decommissioned vessels are set to be replaced by a new Type 26 frigate and multi-role support ships, but no timeline has yet been given for this. Figures released by the Ministry of Defense at the start of this year revealed at the time that the Royal Navy only had 2 of its Type 45 destroyers ready for deployment, with the other 4 all undergoing repair work. Naval commentators were quick to point out that these numbers left the Royal Navy's available fleet of destroyers at their lowest levels since the program began over 100 years ago under the reign of Queen Victoria. I live not too far away from Portsmouth, which is the home base of 2/3 of the Royal Navy surface fleet, including the majestic aircraft carriers HMS Queen Elizabeth and HMS Prince of Wales. As a child in the 1980s, I used to go to the annual Navy Days at Portsmouth Naval Base, where the public could tour vessels and watch demonstrations from the Royal Marines. I still remember the tremendous feeling of pride when standing on the flight deck of HMS Invincible, the flagship of the British fleet, and the role she played in the Falklands War. Back then, we had a robust Royal Navy, which is why we were able to recapture the Falkland Islands. It is sadly now not the case. These days, you can take a trip around the naval base by boat, where once it was tightly packed with frigates, destroyers, aircraft carriers, and support vessels, it is now a far sparser affair. Former Portsmouth MP and Defense Secretary Penny Mordaunt, who is also a Royal Navy reservist, has previously said that the Royal Navy and its partners must keep pace with the growing capabilities of other nations, and if not, Britain's interests cannot be secured. She's right. The Labour government commissioned a strategic defence review last year. The findings of the review are due in the next several weeks. This is a vital opportunity to make our Royal Navy great again. Failure to do so would have Admiral Nelson spinning in his grave.